So I've always loved 3D modeling and animation, and from a very young age, I wanted to take part in the stuff that I was exposed to on YouTube.
Okay.
Look, this is some of my earliest work.
Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
As you can tell, I was a little obsessed with FNAF and robotic character designs, and as you can also tell, I still am. But if you look at some of these things I made, some of these are just downright nightmare fuel. So that's why I've decided to stop being butt at 3D animation and actually try to get better for once. And that's where you come in. I want to experience this journey to animation enlightenment with you guys.
Oh, Lord.
So for my plans, I'd love to scroll on Pinterest and find cool character designs from artists just to, broaden the mind.
You just poke a hole in it.
Obviously, there are some incredible artists that understand character design, and not only do they understand how to execute their designs, but they understand how to do it in a readable and clear way, something that I clearly do not know how to do. So my plan is to steal,
I'm shoplifting.
use these designs as inspiration to practice 3D modeling. Speaking of theft, the first artist I'll be stealing from is Oliverstarj Olive, using this silly clown OC design. I'm choosing this design because it's very simple and also really creative and well drawn. It reminds me of that one backrooms level with the balloons and party decorations.
I'm semi, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply. I call it mathematics.
To be 100% honest, Blender is really new to me. I haven't used it that much, and so this process took 4 hours. I'm gonna be really realistic with you guys. It took 4 hours, and that's because I did not know what I was doing. A lot of the stuff in this character design, I had no idea how to replicate. Like the hat, terrible process. I did not know how to make it look like a hat, or what I'm assuming to be like a hat, or I kind of interpret it more as the part of this character's body. So that's why it's not like a hat, but I didn't really know how to do a lot of this stuff. Like, I was kind of used to some elements because a lot of the character design was segmented, which is something that you see with like the robotic character designs, but stuff like the hands, like it was really different for me. And I had to use like sculpting techniques instead of just hard modeling, which again, because of how new I am to Blender, it was kind of a difficult process. And a lot of the stuff I know I didn't do very fluently, or it could have been a lot simpler and I made it harder. I used like texture painting techniques for the colors because I just thought it would be a lot better, or maybe easier than like mapping out specific materials. I'm not 100% sure why I use texture painting now, but I think, yeah, for like the details like the knees and stuff like that, it was a lot easier to texture paint instead of mapping out the materials. And I think I sort of got a good result. And like I said, it could have been a lot smoother. Like a lot of what I did during this process could have been a whole lot smoother. But I didn't really know what I was doing. And especially when it came to this part of making like the face was very difficult for me, and I found a lot of trouble. That's what you're gonna see. Like the whole other half of this like time lapse is gonna be face, and that's because I did not know how to map these materials. I'm not an avid Blender user, and that's apparent and clear because of the fact that it's taking me multiple hours to get a face mask done, But I do think that the character is it's a simple character design, but it's also very like interesting. It has a lot of elements. The colors are very popping. It's bright. It's fun. It gives a childlike vibe, which makes the character interesting to look at. And trying to translate that into a 3D model that's readable is difficult. And you see a lot of success in things like Spider-Verse because they're able to translate character, like 2D character design so well into the 3D space, which is something that I clearly struggled with during this process. But I still think I did find some success. And so now I'm kind of planning out the bones of this character because I wanted to be posable. And like I said, this is definitely not the best project anyone has ever done, translating a 2D art into a 3D character. But I don't think I did terrible. And I would say it's definitely evolution from what I previously did. And now I'm just trying to, find the background and stuff. But yeah, I really did like this character design. Now let's go into the end. So some post-modeling analysis. This character, because of how different it was to what I'm used to making, did pose some significant challenges. The mostly rounded features and me choosing for some odd reasons to draw on details like the knee pads and the face made this model like a 5 out of 10 difficulty wise. Now on how well I executed the concept, I would say you can clearly tell what character it is, but the details like the hands, which in my humble opinion are a bit too lanky and unproportional in comparison to the artwork, and even the coloration being a bit too contrast heavy, definitely knocked this down a few points. It wasn't bad, but I know for sure I could do a whole lot better. So I would give this like a 6 out of 10. Okay, so this is like me speaking from the heart, me personally. I really do love 3D modeling and animation, and my goal is to get better. And if whoever's viewing this can help me by giving me character designs or concepts to turn into 3D models, I would really appreciate it. I do love 3D character design. I do love 3D modeling. And I do love doing this, even though this is my first time doing it. I can really tell that this is something I'm truly passionate about. And like I said, if you guys can help me with this passion, I would be eternally grateful. And even pointers on like what I could be doing better modeling wise, because I know I am far from good at 3D modeling. So if you guys can truly help and want to truly help, I'm here all ears, no judgment. And I can't really get angry at what you tell me because I know I'm not great at this, But thank you so much for watching this video. And I really do appreciate the support. I appreciate you even tuning in and the fact that people could potentially find this interesting, So thank you again very much.